Attention please. This upload is only for educational purpose. No intention to infringe copyrights. Learning English with subtitles. GPITRAL. GPITRAL. Definitely a must-see. Follow us.
This is going to be what I can only say is going to be a tough one for me. I want a mother or a mother and father here today who have a tiny, tiny little handprint.
I have got, he was 21.
Darling, why am I getting little handprints? When did you put his hand in paint and put it on a...
When he was 5, at school he would have done it.
So you have a son in the world of spirit. My darling, why does he give me this feeling that he wants to talk about an aching or a pain in the neck?
Because he killed himself.
He hung himself?
Yeah.
Okay. You know, darling, I have to say to you, through no fault of yours or the family, this is your brother, yeah? Through no fault of yours or the family, his adult life was not happy.
No, I know why.
All right, his adult life was not happy. He could not be what he thought people expected him to be. He just couldn't be it. And that's why he wants you to know, on the other side of life, he's been given another chance. Another chance to live a life. All right. Who took the chain? Who took your son's chain?
I don't know. We put a chain on a grave and it was taken.
Oh, okay, my love. Because you're just saying the chain was taken. All right. Did you sort out the CDs or the tapes or the records?
Yeah, CDs.
You sorted the CDs out. Did you take a few for yourself? He doesn't mind. He doesn't mind, but he knows that was, like, sorted out. And I don't know whether Mum knows about this, but he's also pleased that you disposed of or got rid of the things that he wouldn't have wanted Mum to see. You understand?
Yeah.
You do. And, like, he's grateful for you for doing that. And, you know, even though he's talking about it now, he says that remains, to some extent, a secret between you and him. Because he wouldn't have wanted Mum to have gone through that. He now knows that you tried very hard to understand him, but he couldn't see that when he was here. All right. He tried to tell you, didn't he? 3 days before?
Yeah.
All right.
A longer period than that, but...
I'm getting 3, my love. There must have been something to do with 3.
It was around probably about 3 weeks.
Was it? OK, because I'm getting 3. All right. But he tried to tell you, just couldn't put it across properly. OK. Your son loves you very much. Your brother will always remain eternally grateful to you for what you tried to do. And he's really pleased that you got your own life sorted out as well. All right. And thanks for sorting his things out for him. OK. I'm going to leave your son's love with you, my love. OK?
Thank you.
Good.
Initially, obviously, when it all happened, it was just sheer devastation. It's just, I don't think it's something that you could probably explain, is it? It's
something you never get over, is it?
It's something that you never anticipated, and because of that, it's a very hard thing to accept.
There's still a lot of unanswered questions.
Yeah, he was 21 when he died.
But we never knew why.
He was always sort of a happy person. Yeah. It's something, you know, he had hundreds of friends around him, hundreds, and...
He never went to any of them. We saw him the weekend before he died, and we felt that we should have realised what was going on and perhaps stop it.
Did you sort out the CDs or the tapes or the records?
He had a lot of CDs that I was sorting out for him. A lot of his stuff was kept in my room, and I took back a few of my CDs that he'd borrowed from me and never got back, and a couple of his that I liked. Wasn't it?
That you like listening to?
Yeah, we always nicked each other's stuff, never asked, always nicked.
Darling, why am I getting little handprints?
When they were at school, they'd put their hands in some plaster of Paris and they're mounted on a mount. And I never throw anything away. And especially we were sorting all things because when Abby gets older, obviously Abby, which is his daughter, would like something of Richard's.
As in other programmes in this series, I've been inviting people who I've never met before to come and see me for a more personal one-to-one sitting. Not all my readings are crystal clear, and sometimes it takes a while to clarify who is coming through and why. Dee, for example, found the information she was looking for, but from an unexpected source.
My name is Dee Kerr. I live in East Sussex and I work at a college in Uckfield as a clerical assistant, and I'm 44 years old. And my daughter was killed in a car accident 2.5 years ago. I've also was very close to my father, who I lost 13 years ago. Miss him a great deal, and he's one of the people that I felt has been trying to make some sort of contact in various ways.
Well, the first thing that I'm getting is very, very specific. It's very specific, and it's actually a sense of hearing something. And I'm either hearing the words, "I can see Poppy," or "I can see poppies."
The only Poppy I had named a car Poppy.
Do you still have that car?
No.
Do you know why I'm getting this name Jim?
Yes.
You can understand that?
Yes.
He does seem to have this memory of Poppy, or knowledge of Poppy.
Yes, yes. Jim was my father-in-law, and it surprised me that he did actually come through. I was very close to my in-laws, obviously my children's grandparents. I was very young when I met my husband, and I've known them a very, very long time.
I get the sense of a lady trying to be brought forward for me. The feeling that she's given me is that her energy was taken from her in quite a short period of time.
Yes.
Could you also please understand why she is showing me a photograph of a man in an Air Force uniform?
Yes. The lady that came through was Jim's wife, my mother-in-law. Very active lady, very into everything type of lady. And very suddenly she became quite ill. She was struck down with lung cancer, and within a very short space of time she died. The man in the uniform would have been her husband Jim, and he was a fighter pilot in World War II.
Where is there an issue with you this side of life about a son?
Probably my son.
She feels that there's a sense of hurt with you.
So I think I'm getting confused. This lady that I think you're talking about is my ex-husband's mother.
Your mother-in-law?
Yes.
Okay.
So that would be her son she's talking about, I would think, not my son.
Her youngest boy?
Yes.
Then it makes sense.
Yes.
All right, okay. This is such a tough thing to actually say. Although she loves her family, I don't feel she's got a lot of time for them.
No.
Right. Whether it's liked or not, she needs you to know she's on your side. She stands by you on this.
Right. Her son and I divorced. He remarried, and she didn't like the new family. And there was a lot of arguments, and there was a time when she found it very difficult to actually communicate with her own son.
Kate, Catherine, Kay, I want that sound. Do you understand where that's going?
Yes,
I'm
hoping it's going that way.
All right. Poor love, she's trying to tell me something and she doesn't... All she can get through is the K sound to me. I'm not going to push her on that too hard. I'll see if she can get that through to me as we go along.
The K name was my daughter, whose name was Kerry. And I was so hoping he was going to say Kerry. She was killed in a road traffic accident 2.5 years ago. And I was hoping that Kerry was going to be with her nanny and her granddad and being looked after.
You know, Mum and Dad are still with us this side of life.
What, my
Yes.
mum and dad? My mum is.
Your mum is, but your dad's passed. What's been done in connection with Dad's name recently?
I've changed my name to his.
I'll get a thumbs up for it. All right.
Yeah.
Who broke their leg?
Well, I've just recovered from a broken leg.
You have?
Yes.
Made you a bit low for a while.
Oh, yes.
Like, very low.
Very low.
That was why you felt like giving it all up. Okay, well, you're over that now, so, like, don't give up.
The last 2 years have been very hard for me. Having lost my daughter in a road accident, I was in a fairly abusive relationship. I've often felt that if my dad was still around, I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in. My dad wouldn't have allowed this to happen. And when I broke my leg, because I was unable to drive or get to work, it was like the final straw. It was, okay, life's beaten me. I give up.
From all directions on the other side of life, both your ex-partner's family spirit side and your family spirit side, they're all behind you. And I just want to leave their love with you, because there does seem to be a lot of love there. And I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I have felt very, very alone, and it's nice to know that the people, spirit side, most certainly, are behind me in everything I do.
Thank you for being with me today. My name's Colin Fry. You've been watching The Sixth Sense. Please join me again next time. Bye-bye.
His gift just oozes out of him. He just, oh, it was, he's great on telly, but in real life, fantastic.